this one in fresh from the ADs, just dropped off, already sold it. Recently came out, not recently, within what was it, like close to a year ago now?
Yeah, about a year ago.
Yeah, these have dropped a lot. They were selling really sick pickup for, I'll just say 85K. Put that into consideration, I guess, when you're comparing the old reference to the new. There's a very small delta. It's around like 8K now. There is very subtle differences, so I think what it boils down to is a matter of preference. It's gonna be around the same value, I think, eventually. I mean, they pretty much are. This particular meteorite's got a lot of life to it. That's something to also keep an eye on, is these meteorite mother of pearl dials, is that they're all different from each other. So this one is gonna be different than any other meteorite that's out there. So honestly, some of them are a little bit more dull. This one definitely has quite a bit of life and pops pretty well. Sometimes people actually do quote a bit higher on meteorites that have more life to them. This and like onyx day-dates, people pay a premium if they have, it's basically like a white line that goes through it. Some onyx day-dates have like multiple lines, and some you can like barely see. Same thing with like the stone dials, like the Falcon Eye. Some just look like a regular white gold Yachtmaster, while others like crazy, like it almost looks iridescent because the blue pops so much more than the other one. The Eisenkaisel as well, those can sometimes go for more just because there's a lot more action within the dial. Really cool watch. I think we had a few clients that paid over 400 for the white gold Le Mans when it first came out. We just sold one recently for 220. The yellow gold, surprisingly, that one was going for quite a bit more than the white. Now we're seeing the yellow actually sell for about the same as the white, which is surprising to me. I think the yellow is the sickest amongst the three for sure. And then the rose, not too long ago, that was a $280,000 watch, and we see those creep down. They're still a bit above the yellow. It's just crazy to me how much those have gone down, because those are considered like a limited production Rolex because they made each of those for a year. But for whatever reason, they kind of just been bouncing back and forth. There's no steady linear graph as to them going up. It's kind of just them going up and down. But I think in the long run, that's a good watch just to have in general. If you bought it right, I think it's going to be at some point a 300K plus watch, because obviously it's going to be discontinued at the end of the year. Past week has been, I think, our biggest week in terms of sales here at G&G. We've just been getting absolutely wiped out of our stock. This month, we're selling mostly Journe. Normally, it's kind of spread out a bit. We definitely sell lesser of like AP and Rolex. In terms of Patek and Journe, like that's the bulk of what we sell in general, but this month has been going crazy because of the auctions with Journe. Quite a few of these pieces, as we've mentioned prior, have gone up significantly just from the auction results. Some of them, in my opinion, were a little bit fluffed, and other ones I think it totally makes sense as to why they've gone up so much. But one watch that comes to mind that gives me severe FOMO, I think it was like a year and a half or maybe 2 years ago, we sold our first Journe, and that was when we weren't even like really selling that big of watches, but we just had a client that was really in the FP, so we helped them out and we sourced them the watch. We sold an Optimum regular gray platinum for 150. Recently the auction, there was a 42 millimeter that went for $330,000. I know plenty of clients that are in Optimums reses at prices where they're pretty much going to make 150% to even 200%. And now we're asking on the white dial 110. That sucks, but you know, you live and you learn. But as you bounce around from brand to brand, there always is going to be a watch that you wish that you got. In general, I hate to say this for those that have a lot of APs, I just have not seen that many APs that have made those sort of price changes in a positive direction. Unless we're talking about stuff that's more limited, like for example, the 16204 ST, which is the jumbo open work. That's the stainless steel version. It looks very similar to this. It's tourbillon. It's jumbo, no turb. That watch trades for a lot more than the rose and the yellow, which, as you guys know, it doesn't really make sense because we know that stainless steel is a less valuable material to gold. And that watch actually goes for quite a bit more. I mean, for the BA, which is the yellow gold version, I believe they're trading around like 170, 180. And now for the stainless steel, I mean, it's gonna be around like a 260, 250 watch, which is crazy. And in particular, the retail prices are also a bit different, and that being that big of a delta is pretty notable. But other than that, AP, I just haven't seen too much of a price increase. Another watch that like shocking to me, because I thought it was the coolest watch ever, is just the 5711 Tiffany's for, I feel like a minute Last year was pretty spotty with how much those were going up. Now we're kind of seeing a few. We have a few on consignment, and then we have one here that's kind of been sitting, which I think maybe people might regret not getting now, because like we saw with Rolex back in the day when they had the collaboration with Tiffany, we saw that those watches literally go up 6x. So like, for example, like if you wanted a vintage like 1675 GMT with a Tiffany stamp, from a regular to a Tiffany stamp, you're paying roughly 5 to 6x. So something like this, like a 5712R, this is a Tiffany stamp. If this got discontinued tomorrow, God knows how much more it'll be, probably double, triple. Would I say you should pay that? I don't know. To me, it's still a 5712R with a tiny little Tiffany stamp, but to collector's standpoint, I think that that's a watch that could really have some crazy bounce in terms of liquidity in the near future. There's a lot more to buying watches than just to have them in your collection. A lot of people buy them based off of nostalgic events, different points in their life where they want a different watch, or different events, or when they just need it for a specific occasion. That's one thing I always talk to my clients about when they're going through their collection, is that maybe they just don't have a specific watch for this event that they're going to, or this wedding that they're going to, or this special event with their business, or something to tie together some sort of nostalgic event, or just something that they just like want to have in their presence for when time is right to wear it. Tonight, I am going to a LeBron James Foot Locker event. I believe it's like some sort of collaboration that he's doing with them. One of my very good friends, Casper, he was in one of our previous episodes. He is actually doing some sort of art installation there and doing a collaboration with him. So props to Casper, super sick. Proud of him. The come up is coming. So, I mean, that's just like a huge step in the right direction. So this is gonna be my watch of choice. This thing will definitely stand out. I think that it'll definitely help with, you know, it's a nice conversation starter, because I think that there's maybe like a handful of these in existence, maybe like 10 to 20. I haven't seen very many on the market. I know that we're probably the only ones in the world with this watch right now. The retail is over $750,000. I have it here today for $550, so don't need to wait in the retail line or ask Richard Mille. You can come to G&G. This is the 6701 Platinum Baguette. The baguette setting on this watch, it's absurd. It pops probably more than any baguette set watch I've seen. I think a near competitor is like the 5980 full baguette. That watch is crazy. But this, in terms of RM, I think that this is the way to go for a full baguette watch. Like I said, no one's gonna have it, and I think it's a good conversation starter, and hopefully I get some more connects and clients just from wearing this piece. Another one that people always come to me about is, well, I'm in Miami for, let's say, Art Basel, you know, I'm going to an event, and obviously it's gonna be more, it's almost like a fashion competition. I wouldn't say it's like a flex off, but you wanna be wearing something that definitely makes it so people remember you. If it were me, I mean, depending on your age, obviously, I wouldn't say that if it's like a 90-year-old man, I don't think that you should wear this watch. But young entrepreneur, looking for something that no one has, the ice blue dial I think is so sick. I wish that they did more of these. They don't have a 41 with the ice blue with stainless. They have it with a 37. I wish that they did that. This watch has been sold and I get hit up on it all the time still. Hopefully next time we get in stock, all those people that reached out, I can get it to you immediately. So obviously there's a watch for every single occasion. If you have any questions, or you maybe have a specific event that's coming up, feel free to reach out to me or the team. More than happy to get you in a piece that'll suit the event perfectly. Guys, you know where to go. Hit me up. These watches, man, right now everything is so hot, so do it soon rather than later.
Just to recap, the last few weeks we had the crazy Phillips auction, so that has feedered into a lot of FP Journe sales. So for the holiday season, for us, it's been a lot of FP Journe sales. And just like every holiday season, we get a lot of couples buying his and her watches. We just sold 228, 239 Meteorite Day Date with the matching ladies, Datejust 28mm with a white dial, also with Nautiluses, a 5811 with the 7010 1R is another thing that's been very common. Ladies watches, this is the top 3 weeks of sales for ladies watches for us in general. All of our clients are buying their wives watches for Christmas. A lot of just kind of like your regular sports models from the big three that everyone wants. So we sell a lot of those at this time of the year. Journe, because of the auction, so it's been a record month so far. We expect that to die down with us going into the holidays. It's gonna be a bit slower, we're gonna be off. However, in between Christmas and New Year's, we'll ship stuff for various sales. I was asked the other day, or actually since it's been the holidays, we've gotten a lot of calls on, can you find me this Breitling or this Cartier or this Mosier? We don't source those watches for new clients because it's not really worth it to us to stock. Things that we are stocking and will always stock are Rolex AP, Patek, and FP Journe, Richard Mille. Those 5 will always be stocking. But right now we have been getting a lot of calls on a lot of random watches, which some we have to kindly decline, especially right now because we're so busy. Our stock has been very, very low because from the auction, we've sold a lot of FP Journes. Not only that, but you know, with Christmas gifts, I feel like everyone and all the buying and purchasing is happening right now. We do see January as a really good month because a lot of people get their bonuses end of December, early January. So we're gonna try and replenish our stock to be ready for the beginning of January.
100K budget, what are you recommending?
White dial elegant, I guess I'd go for around 100. Probably get like a 2021 for around 100.
100K, it's kind of tough. I would just say like a platinum white dial CS. I just think you put a bunch of different color straps on it, comfortable piece.
100K budget, pre-owned, older year, 5712 1A, something Nautilus right around that price point.
200K budget.
This is gonna be well below, but probably a 5711 white dial. I feel like for the last like 3 years, I've always wanted that watch and I still haven't gotten it. So it's probably what I go for. It's around like a nice condition, like old 324 movement. It's pushing like 120 now, which is pretty crazy. For a pretty long time, it was like a 90s watch. And now it's pretty much around the same as a blue dial now. And for the longest time, the white was always less, which is interesting.
200K, I would go for a 6701 in titanium. I love that watch, perfect size. I mean, it's incredibly comfortable.
200K, I would go for a Loon. This Loon with the salmon dial is a little bit more, but this watch is just so nice on the wrist, aesthetically just beautiful. It's automatic, but I kind of like it in that sense. It's just always on time, ready to go.
300K, I would go for an Optimum. It's gonna be still well below. Not well below, I mean, those are close to 300 now.
300K, I would probably have to go back to Journe. I already picked a CS, so I'd probably go something a bit more complicated. I really like the Calendrier, so I'd probably go with the Calendrier. We just had a rose salmon one. I think that watch looks incredibly beautiful and love the way that salmon looks.
300K, guess I would go with a America's Nadal. I just think those are a great value, right around 280K. The skeletonization of that watch is absolutely sick. Not many people know about it. It's limited to 50.
400. You think that a used Pintero gets you under that?
400,000. I'd probably go Black Gray RQ. I love the RQ. I think the Black Gray combination for that watch looks really nice.
400K, I'll go with the NTPT White Legend or Dark Legend.
500, I would go for Salmon Platinum Res, 40 millimeter. Big fan of platinum salmon in general, and the res is just a grail, so great combo, so you can't beat that for under $500,000.
500K, I think then you start tipping into Journes. Have to go with a TN, I would say. The Turb's just sick. I love it how the case is a little bit thinner on it. It's a great watch.
600 or 1701, black ceramic I'd go for.
600, I'm gonna go, I would say a Black Label Optimum. I just love the way the black looks specifically with that watch.
600K, I'd actually go with the 5271 12P Ruby. Absolutely epic watch.
Now it gets real tricky, 700. For like mega grails, I'd probably want like that 2701 Ultimate we had, or just a regular 2701. Those are probably my 2 favorite watches.
My top pieces, same with Alec, the 2701s I love. I think those pieces are incredible. So I definitely have a 27 in my collection.
700K, I'd go with the Black Label Resonance. You have to have a Resonance in the collection. It's like the epitome of Journe. I think out of all the models, I believe most in it.